Colombia. Marco, everybody, first of all, is she okay?
Yeah, Barbara's okay. She just had a fall at the very last part of the mountain bike. There was a lot of rocks, so we're just going fast, and she lost control. We have a lot of weights on the back, so it was hard to keep the balance on the rocks.
Yeah, that was, and second of all, congratulations. I mean, you just won the race, $10,000, a free entry. You'll be in Ecuador, yes?
For sure. Oh yeah.
So very good. You mentioned the packs. That was something unusual in this race that I noticed, and a lot of racers mentioned. A lot of the time, your packs were very, very heavy. And how did that affect your race on the bike and the boat, on foot? Yeah.
I think it was the heaviest pack I've carried in my life. Was like I've never carried like a boat for, and I think the other thing is that the biggest the challenge, the most challenged track through that bushwalk with this pack was super hard because it was heavy and the forest was dense, was hard to pass, so it's hard to keep the balance. It's really tough on your back, but I think it's what it takes. You know, if you need to carry everything and push through, we gotta do it. You know, and I think we did. Oh. Yeah, and now we are stronger. So we always like to think two things. One, could be much worse. Always can be worse, and this always can be worse. And the second one is we are getting even stronger doing this. You know, so there is no way you can not get strong in carrying like I don't know, 50 pounds backpack and go climb a mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the trek was particularly difficult because of the big packs and the thick bush. But that is where your race really turned around. You were in, I think, 5th place coming out of the orienteering relay. And then after you came out of the trek, you were an hour in front. So what do you think pushed you?
I think the biggest difference was Urtsi choosing a totally different route than everybody else. So we attacked the checkpoint, one of the hardest checkpoints. We attacked through the other part. So that made a lot of difference. And we could save a lot of time. And actually, we thought about that. We lost a lot of time there, but I think all the other teams lost way more time than us. So it was good. I think the navigation skills of Woods really play in this race.
Yeah, did you, so were you surprised when you came out to checkpoint 36 and they say you're in first place?
Oh yeah, we were very surprised. We thought that we would be close to the first one because when we hit close to that checkpoint, we didn't see a lot of marks on the floor. So I said, oh, I don't think a lot of people pass through here. So we saw a couple of marks, but I think it was from the guy that put the checkpoint there.
Poor guy, eh?
Yeah, poor guy. Barbara even asked Urts how much would he charge to put that checkpoint there, and he said, no, I wouldn't charge anything. I wouldn't go put this one.
And then, so you didn't see any of the other teams that were ahead of you during the trek that you passed?
We saw a couple of lights, but it was hard to see where they are. And I was like, it's hard because I was pointing to Urch. I saw some flashlights. I saw some headlamps, like far away over there. But then Urch couldn't see, and then I start thinking that, am I tripping? You know, like hallucinating because we are not sleeping, you know, enough. We were pushing through all night, so I didn't know if it was a team or if it was stars, if I was tripping. And every time I tried to show Urchi, he couldn't see. Say, come on, he can't see that. I can see that. It's right there.
Yeah, it's funny. I was talking with Karen from Peak Performance, and they got a little bit lost and confused just before 35, the last checkpoint on the mountain. So they stopped to sleep, and she said you guys when you guys went past, you woke them up. So they knew that you had passed them, but I guess you guys didn't see them.
We didn't see, but my at the dark zone, Michael told us that they heard us passing, but we didn't see them. Did found I did find a bottle from them, and I was without water and was like full and icy water, so it was nice to find this. But afterwards, through the bushwalking, I lost all them.
And then, yeah, you guys were one of the only top teams that didn't stop on that big trek. So no sleep for you guys since the orienteering relay, and then you pushed straight through all the way to the rafting put-in with no sleep, right?
Yeah, yeah. We I think was part of our strategy, you know, especially because at the beginning of the race we fell back in the ranking.
What? Sorry, why? Did you have some problems? Was somebody feeling sick, or just not a fast start for you guys?
We did a couple of like wrong choices, and I think we just took some time to get into the motion of the race that we were doing. But after that, we knew if we like keep moving and keep the orienteering sharp, as long as you have his navigation like right, we can keep moving. Even if I'm super tired or Barbara's super tired, John Under, if Furtin can keep navigating and like and really concentrating in his skills, we always moving, you know. So we pushed through, and we knew that if we tried to make the cutoff. So we tried to get to the rafting before the cutoff, but we lost like 45 minutes at like it was not a mangrove, it was like a I don't know, a wet muddy part.
Yeah, the road going south from 43B.
Yeah. And on that time, after we like lost a lot of time there, when we decided to take the other route, we were already super tired, you know, without sleep for I don't know 3 days.
Yeah, that was. I was going to ask, did you get so sleepy that you were starting to make mistakes?
Yeah, it started to play like this. But then we knew that we needed to push just a little more, and then we can rest. And then we did sleep a lot afterwards, you know.
Yeah.
Like now, today was like. The race just started again, you know. It feels like we're just starting again. Yeah, yeah. You can. It's amazing how your body can recover, you know.
Yeah, sleep
when you sleep. Yeah.
Did you see Peak or friends on the bike behind you, or not until you got into the?
Not until we get to the rafting, and then Peak Performance got there like half an hour later, and then the French team got there 1 hour later.
Yeah, it was, I think it's 24 minutes to Peak and then another half hour.
Yeah.
So it was going to be close today, but today
Hope you don't mind the
short.
pink camouflage.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right.
There wasn't quite enough race to make a big difference in the standings.
But we did get scared, you know, like now because at the back rafting section, the French team catch up with us. And then they passed us, and we thought they'd get a checkpoint that we were still looking. And then we found the checkpoint, and they didn't. So afterwards, we figured out that they didn't find. They were still looking, but more like downstream. So on that time, we really got maybe, you know, like the first position it's compromised right now. You know, you gotta do something.
What was for you, like the highlight, the something that you will always remember from this particular race? And it doesn't have to be a good memory.
Okay, no, definitely a good one was the whitewater pack rafting. It was amazing that rapids with like a tiny little boat, you know, and we lost a piece of paddle, so I was paddling just by myself, and we were like hanging there, you know, like freezing. And I just hold on there, and I kept paddling. It was great, man. We were like a roller coaster, like jumping those waves, you know. It was really nice.
Yeah, that is. I remember when I did the rafting here a few years ago. It's the best whitewater I've ever done, and Grant always puts it in the race. So, and he always tries to set the course up so every team can do it, and it's a real highlight for pretty much everyone.
Yeah, and for me it was the first time I did pack rafting. So, yeah.
And what do you think? You like? It's
I like it. I love it.
well, it gives a lot of options on a trekking leg, especially if there's a lot of lakes and rivers and so forth. And some people did a lot of pack raft. Some people ran a lot and only pack rafted when they had to. So a lot of more strategy into the race.
Yeah. And actually, we had to change our strategy at the beginning of the race once we tried the pack rafts, because I had one that I bought when I used to race with Techno, but we end up never using it. And it's like a super light one, but it's not as good as those alpacas. So we did a... Oh my God.
I can't give you guys that out here. If you stop at the ER, they may be able to clean it. I really don't have anything.
So I did a test before the race, and then we decided, oh, we need something faster, because we had one fast and one slow, and I think it's better to have two fast as one, because we saw that the section would be really hard.
I think Michael pushed a little hard at the finish, eh?
Yeah, I think they were trying to make up some time.
Right. Well done, guys. Well done, Mama. Okay, it's like a mouthwash.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So I will. Yeah. What did you do?